Well, the basic plot for Auntie Mame is that it's an eccentric woman who lives in New York City at Beekman Place, and she has a brother who has a small child, and he dies, and of course the only living relative is Mame, who then inherits this child to raise this child and take care of it.
Didn't you get my telegram from Chicago saying we'd arrive at 6 o'clock today?
Horrible. Oh, no, that's not possible. No, your telegram said October 1st. That's tomorrow. This is September 31st.
No, 'tis the first. Curse the evil day.
Everybody knows 30 days have September, April, June, and... Oh, my God. But, darling, I'm your Auntie Mame.
Of course, Aunt Mame does everything in her being to teach this child culture and life. Basically, that eccentric gay man. You know, I have an auntie uncle, kind of a thing in America. But it definitely shapes his life. And of course, they go through their ups and downs. But in the end, he realizes how wonderful Mame is. And she can raise a child. But her life was completely different and didn't expect to fall in love with this child or create this lifestyle or how it would change her. So it's pretty amazing.
Well, now, read me all the words you don't understand.
Libido, inferiority complex, stinko, blotto, free love, bathtub gin, monkey glands, Karl Marx. Is he one of the Marx brothers?
Oh, no, dear, no.
Rosalind Russell's just amazing anyway. And the great thing about her is that she had done Auntie Mame on Broadway prior to doing the movie, which is rare because usually someone who does the play, they hire some Hollywood actress to do it. But since she dabbled in both, it was great to see her in that role.
Glory's from a very conservative family, good stock, and she doesn't have to know about a lot of things that ordinary mortals simply don't have to know about.
Should she know that I think you've turned into one of the most beastly, bourgeois, babbity little snobs on the eastern seaboard? Or will you be able to make that quite clear without any help from me?
My absolute favorite scene is when Mame decides to do a play because she needs money. It's the Big Depression. And so her good friend Vera Charles, who's the drunk, who is really kind of me in real life, who then is taking her into a production of Midsummer Madness. And it's kind of like a summer stock production. And she's got a 10-second walk-on roll.
But Reginald, to do such a thing, to dash away together like this would be mad. Quite devastatingly mad.
And she's backstage and she's creating the most she can of this particular moment, and she's wearing this jingly bracelet that everyone can hear on stage. And my favorite line is when Vera comes back and goes,
What the hell have you got back there, reindeer?
and it's one of my favorite scenes because it's just so ridiculous, but it's totally something I would do.
Goodbye, goodbye. I shall always feel a strong attachment to you all.
Let's go! I can't, I'm stuck! Let's go!
I think it's a massive gay following because I think a lot of gays want an Auntie Mame. I wish I had one. I mean, luckily I had a lot of, Uncle Mames in my life. And not necessarily family, but people that gave me that insight to life, to show me theater, to show me art, to show me glamour, which is stuff that I keep with me. And I try, now that I'm older, I try to do the same with a lot of the queens that are around me. When I was filming RuPaul's Drag Race, one of the queens had asked me about movies, and basically her question was, how are you so smart? And I thought, what the fucking question is that? But it was just like, being cultured. And nowadays, we're so on our phones and we're so into the internet that we don't really know about other things. Before you had to read a book, before you had to actually go to the movies. So I gave her a list of all of the movies that someone else gave me. So it was nice to kind of pass the torch. And recently she said she's seen most of the film, which is pretty great.
Good night, Mame,
Good night.
and thanks.
Watch it, Phyllis.
Boy, it's been some party.
Good night. It was so good of you to come. Oh, you played beautifully. I can't thank you enough. Goodbye, Mrs.
Спасибо, Mame. Очень веселая партия.
It means a lot to me. I mean, for many reasons, because it reminds me of my friends that are no longer with me, that taught me, to watch all these things, and it's a part of my youth. But it's something that whenever I'm out of town, I can always find it on Netflix and watch it and just still laugh at every scene. It's kind of like watching the Golden Girls. You know what's going to happen, but you still find it entertaining and funny.
Auntie Mame!
What is it? What happened?
I've got something to show you. Look!
Ah! Bats!
That type of movie's not made anymore nowadays. It's no special effects. It's nothing completely crazy. It's just this eccentric story written by a bisexual man, which I found out, which was pretty interesting. And it's a funny, smart, beautiful movie. Great costumes by Ori Kelly, and it's a genius film. You know, it's not necessarily fluff, but it does have heart without totally like beating you over the head with it. But it's a fun film.